Hi, I'm the Moorlander and this is Moorlander EDC. Now, being a Tasmanian Tiger UK ambassador, I always have to make sure at IWA I come and visit. Well, when in Rome, do as the Romans. When in Germany, come and visit Tasmanian Tiger. So there's quite a lot to see that's kind of new, but some of the items are more kind of refreshers. There are certain legacy packs that are maybe kind of going to be start to kind of disappear and to be replaced by some of the new ones. There's a lot, so I'm definitely going to be looking at my notes today, but the first ones that we're going to look at are the base packs. There's two versions of these. You have there is a 75 litre and there is a 75 litre or the IR version as well. These come in 3 or 4 different colours as you'd expect. Your khakis, which are going to start to get phased out actually. Khaki is not going to continue with Tasmanian Tiger, but you're still going to continue with your blacks and your olive versions. And there are also different versions of this depending on how it's going to be used, if you need to check for IRR compatibility. But hopefully, as you'll see with these very, very traditional, very well used style packs, top loaders with an adjustable lid on there just in case you need to expand what's in there for more storage. Plenty of PALS webbing all the way around the side, and then on coming through the bottom, whether you've got wet weather gear or you've just got dirty items, maybe if you're out hunting you need to store some bits in the bottom as well, although these are generally military style backpacks, but you have additional expandable options here in the bottom that will either move up into it, or you can kind of open that out and it will just stay as it is. Now, another newer line this year is the IWA2024. Very similar to the base in the fact that it's kind of semi-traditional in the fact that it is a top loader, plenty of PALS webbing around the outside to increase modularity, and then you've also got that additional storage here at the bottom for your wet weather gear and so on and so forth. The idea with the IWA2024 is it's a little bit more expandable, plus as far as the modularity is concerned, this is designed specifically for additional attachments to be added to this. So you've got additional additional storage options here in the front. You can jerry rig this so you can maybe carry a rifle in there, but predominantly this is designed for your helmet. Options so you'd be able to throw this in and out of whatever you're being transported in, and then also additional options here on the side. The base that we just looked at doesn't have the bottom storage here, whereas the IWA does have additional storage here for the bottom rifle butts, and then additional attachment points here at the side as well. Now, as far as ultimate carrying options and modularity is concerned, a new one is going to be the Platoon. I did try and find some time trying to find this in the pamphlet, but it's not in this one. So this one is as much as you can carry, or at least as many options as possible. Less of the kind of the PALS webbing throughout this. Instead, a lot of these side pouches, side carrying options, these are all attached by zips, so you have super quick release on these if you need to get these off. If these need to be stowed away somewhere, if these need to be ditched, then all you have to do is unbuckle them, pull down the zips, and then they're off, they're away. So if these need to be reused for, I don't know, resupply runs or something like that, then you've got as much versatility in your options as far as your modularity is concerned with the Platoon pack. Now, another new option this year is the Medic Mascal pack. Now, I know I do get asked a lot and I don't cover as much Medic packs. However, I know it's something that there's definitely a lot of interest in there. So the Medic Mascal pack is designed specifically to be a multi-casualty pack. So rather than not just looking after one person, these are all designed to be individual IFAKs that can be used or distributed to multiple casualties, depending on, unfortunately, what the situation is. But these are all designed with the rip cords on the rip cords. You know, the fast sticks. I forget what they're called. I think they're called fast sticks. But each one of these pouches on here you can just pull this up, deploy this. You can pass this to whoever needs to. Either be able to use it themselves, or if there's somebody else there that needs to be able to or can use it with them, then you can leave that with them. Then on the inside, fairly kind of standard rip open, so you get quick, simple, easy access to all of your other additional packs in here, whether it's for triage, or so on and so forth. That you get instant access to these. There's also some additional ones in here as well, depending on how you want to set this up. But hopefully this should be a great option for people with more of a medical interest from TT. Now, although these were kind of brought out last year, they're continuing to show off as this is the new range as far as having the additional panels to the back are concerned. So these are the plate carriers, these are the LCZP, which is the quick zip. So all of these have really incredibly robust zips on the side. So dependent on how this needs to be used, the situation, the operation, then there are all of these smaller style assault packs that you can attach to these. Now, rather than just purely being zipped on, so you have some almost like fast stick attachments which will slide down onto it, connecting in place with some hook and loop, and then you'll be able to fasten the sides onto these. So you don't have to worry about that jiggle up and down as much, because it will be fastened into place, which some of the manufacturers don't do. It's a nice attention to detail. Oh, I was hoping I was going to get that on first time. But as I mentioned, so depending on how you're going to need these, then there are different ones. Maybe you need some sort of breaching kit, you can attach that to here for the guy behind you, or maybe there's something that's specific to your role, then there are additional packs to these. This one's probably the most similar to more like a combat assault pack. But with the refresh on Tasmanian Tiger moving over to this, with this being their newer line, there is also a refresh in some of the magazine pouches that will go with these as well. Now, an additional thing that Tasmanian Tiger have updated this year are their ammunition carrying pouches. These aren't necessarily replacements to the old ones, they're just a new updated refresh to those. Some of the manufacturing processes, and just to make sure that these match up with the plate carriers and some of the other load bearing items, so that they look the same or kind of all match up. Hopefully that makes sense. But depending on whether you're after a single stack, or at least not single stack, these have a double stack version, but these ones here at the front, these are single stacks. But whether it's single magazine, double magazine, or triple for the front of a plate carrier, then you've got these on here. These are all attached by Molle or Pals webbing. Sorry, I was just checking to see if there's any Velcro at the back. I think there might be, but I'm not too sure. Then going down to single packs, depending on how you want to set up your rig, there's the versatility for, or at least with these. Most of the pouches or the flaps that are on the front of these, if you are concerned about fast reloads, then you can take these off of here. But then also moving further down as well, depending on what sort of ammunition you are running, then you have the larger packs as well. Again, just completely dependent on, what you need. Vast majority of these, in fact all of these that we've looked at here, these are for ammunition, but then you've also got your fairly standard pouches. These can be attached to pretty much anything, because it's all done via Pals webbing and Molle. There's a couple of things though. I suppose this is the last one, which I think is quite nice. You have some of these wet weather pouches, so these can be put inside a backpack, and they also have a clear panel on them as well. So if there's a map that you need to keep going to and keep referencing regularly, then there's additional options on there for you as well. So quite a lot to look at this year from Tasmanian Tiger. Some of the items really are kind of refreshes from older legacy items. That's to make sure that they're as up to date with the rest of the quality of the gear that they have. But there are definitely some interesting items as far as the bags are concerned for the larger load carrying items. So yeah, really good to be here. I want to thank the TT team for making me feel welcome here on the stand. But yes, stay tuned for more from IWA 2024.